Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping. It's Diddy about to react to this vid by Impressive. It's titled "Diddy is Over." 17-year-old victim exposes and sues him. And Harvey Pierre, I don't know who that is. Diddy finally breaks his silence. What the hell you gotta say? Perv, sicko, weirdo. I'm not surprised that someone else is coming out. I, felt like this would occur after Cassie sued him. I'm like, this might open the floodgates and more victims will come forward, and that's what it seems like is taking place. This doesn't surprise me at all if it's true, but sure, let's get the tea. Let's watch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Diddy finally breaks his silence after another person comes forth and accuses him of SA. Now, ever since the singer Cassie filed that lawsuit against Diddy, claiming that he SA'd her, trafficked her, and drugged her, and was even aggressive and violent towards her, the floodgates of hell has been opening up on Diddy because several more people have come forth and accused him of similar crimes. In fact, one Jane Doe accused him and the singer Aaron Hall of SAing her and her friend and also strangling her a few days later. Now, Aaron Hall did do an interview with Vlad TV, and he admitted that while he was getting his freak off, Diddy was present. So this led people to believe that maybe some of these allegations have truth to it.
I like the f***ing public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So can't say nothing about it. Them square ass, them precious cake, little
yeah.
I like when them niggas just how I like. You speak to Joe to or Puffy or any of them They been at my house. They all see me They all know I'm a big
Yeah.
This was absolutely wild.
That's
and it
weird.
Definitely didn't age well because now it's confirming a lot of things about Diddy. Cassie did say that Diddy would make her get her freak on with male escorts who had big black D's, and he would watch for entertainment and allegedly join in later on. So you now have Aaron Hall kind of saying the same thing, that Diddy was out here watching him smash other girls, and he was fascinated because Aaron had a big black D, and it's very possible that he might have joined in.
Ooh.
And now you have this accuser come forth saying that both Diddy and Aaron Hall SA'd her. So it all kind of makes the allegations look a little bit more believable. Also, there was another accuser named Joy Dickinson who came out and said Diddy SA'd her back in 1991. He said that he intentionally drugged her, brought her home, and took advantage of her. So those are 3 accusations. Now, the 4th one is another doozy because she is also claiming that Diddy, along with 2 other men, SA'd her. Now, this Jane Doe claims that Diddy, along with Harvey Pierre, or Pierre, if I'm saying that right, who is the former president of Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings, and another man took advantage of her. This is what was said in the lawsuit on number 6, specifically in 2003, when she was only 17 years old in the 11th grade. Miss Doe was trafficked and gangbanged by Mr. Combs, Mr. Pierre, and the third assailant in short.
This is not laughing at. I'm just laughing at how she's saying trafficked, but
The teenager, Miss Doe, met Mr. Pierre and the third assailant in a lounge in the Detroit, Michigan area. While at the lounge, Mr. Pierre insisted that he was best friends with Mr. Combs and even called Mr. Combs with Miss Doe. Mr. Combs convinced Miss Doe, who was half his age at the time, to accompany Mr. Pierre and the third assailant on a private jet to come to his studio in New York City. Before they left for the private jet, Mr. Pierre smoked crack in a bathroom at the lounge, in which he also SA'd Miss Doe by forcing her to give him oral. Mr. Pierre, third assailant, and another gentleman then escorted the high schooler to a private jet which flew them from Teterboro, New Jersey. There were SUVs awaiting the group at Teterboro, and the 4 of them were driven to Daddy's House recording studio, a studio famously owned and operated by Mr. Combs and Bad Boy. That's very interesting that Diddy calls his recording studio Daddy's House. He loves using the word daddy, doesn't he?
I like when you like this, daddy.
I mean, his name used to be Puff Daddy.
Scrambling and scraping. I like that.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. Man, you deserve it, daddy.
Whew. Anyway, child. It also said this in the lawsuit. While at the studio, Mr. Combs and his associates, including Mr. Pierre, implied Miss Doe was with drugs and alcohol. As the night wore on, the 17-year-old Miss Doe became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having sex with anyone, much less someone twice her age. While at the studio, Miss Doe was gangbanged by Mr. Combs, the third assailant, and Mr. Paret in that order. While Mr. Combs was violating Miss Doe, he complained that he could not get off unless she pinched his nipples as hard as she could. Mr. Combs then watched on as third assailant, who Miss Doe had not even realized had begun to sleep with, had SA'd her as she told him to stop. After third assailant was finished, Mr. Paret took his turn at SAing Miss Doe and then violently forced her to give him oral, during which Miss Doe was choking and struggling to breathe. When Mr. Paret finished, he left Miss Doe in the bathroom alone. Miss Doe fell into the fetal position and laid on the floor. Her V was in pain. Finally, after a short period of time, Miss Doe regained her bearings. However, she could barely stand up following the session and had to be helped back out of the building and back into the car. She was taken back to an airport and flown to Michigan. However, she has very limited recollection of her transport home and only remembers being in her car sometime early in the morning. Those are some very graphic details. Very graphic details. And the victim did post pictures of her in the studio with Diddy. So she did prove that she definitely was at Daddy's House Studios that night. And her allegations may in fact be true. We don't know if they are, but with Diddy's history, you can't put anything past him. At this point, the floodgates have already opened up. Diddy settled with Cassie immediately after she brought that lawsuit against him. And Cassie accused Diddy of a lot of heinous crimes, but the fact that Diddy didn't even attempt to fight against these allegations spoke volumes. And it definitely made him look guilty of everything she accused him of. So ever since he settled, a lot more lawsuits have been coming forth. And unfortunately, the public is going to be inclined to believe that he's guilty. Honestly, I believe that this new Jane Doe is telling the truth as well. I think what Harvey Pierre did to her was absolutely heinous. And if what she accused him of is true, he definitely needs to be behind bars. And it's really sad to hear how young she was. I mean, even though in the state of New York, 17 is, I guess, legal age, it's still too young. It's too young for her to be with somebody like Diddy, who was 34? Twice her age at the time, and also be in the vicinity of other grown men. She should have never been there alone like that. And her parents have to take the blame in this situation for even allowing her to fly out of state and be out there all night with grown men. Her parents have to take the blame, but also we don't know her home situation. She probably grew up in a dysfunctional home where she didn't have anybody monitoring her.
Girl, we don't.
So unfortunately, you do have these young girls who kind of go astray a little bit, and they end up being prey to these predators. And I don't know, the situation about that lady's home situation. Really sad if it's true. Now, Diddy did finally speak out, and this is the first time he has spoken out since all of these lawsuits have been brought against him. And he said this: "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth."
Now, Diddy, if what Cassie said was a complete fabrication, why would you settle so quickly? If somebody was suing me and making these wild claims against me that never happened, I would fight to the fucking death, especially if I had as much money as you got. I'm like, oh no, she got me fucked up. Why you lying like this? You weird. No, where's the proof? Let's go to court, because you ain't got no proof because it didn't happen. That's what you would have did if you was innocent, lying ass nigga. So what is this? This just makes you look even crazier.
Sean Diddy Combs. This statement right here is definitely giving me deja vu. It's reminding me of this.
This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
Now, obviously, Diddy was going to have to come out and deny it, because Diddy has been taking a lot of hits when it comes to his business. He was forced to step down from Revolt TV. Not only that, the liquor company Diageo ended its 15-year partnership with Diddy after the lawsuit. Also, Diddy was forced to end his partnership with Capital Preparatory Charter Schools. So Diddy has been taking hits on his reputation.
As he should.
No longer can be the face of these companies because he is now seen as a sexual deviant. He's looked at as a villain. He's not good for the brand. He has to step down from his own companies just to save face because he has now become a liability. And people do not want to work with somebody who is a liability.
They do not.
So at this point, Diddy is really losing a lot of money. And these allegations and lawsuits are not the only things that have been affecting his reputation, but there's been a slew of stories and accounts online that have tarnished his name in a major way. In fact, his former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has pretty much backed up Cassie's claims when it comes to how he treats his women. He said that Diddy put his hands on his baby mamas like Kim Porter and Misa Hilton. He also claimed that Diddy threatened to pimp out his artist, Danity Kane, just like he ended up doing to Cassie.
He really had no plans for Danity Kane. He said, yo, they keep effing with me, I'ma drug all of them up and pimp them out to my name. So he didn't have no real plans for them. Not at all.
Whew, man. With all of these details coming about Diddy, there's really no turning back for him. He's done.
Yeah,
he's done. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about.
I agree. I mean, it's about time. If these things happened years and years ago and people were silent for so long, it's time that he gets exposed. I'm not saying all of the recent lawsuits against him are accurate, but some of them are. They have to be. Again, not everybody is lying on this man, and I definitely believe the Cassie one is true for sure. But yeah, hopefully he continues to get exposed because he seems like a very gross person. It's crazy though because I thought a mass expose would happen against Trey Songz. That's who I feel like was the next like big artist to get exposed was because everybody was like, you know, talking about how he was how he is a terrible person and he has like assaulted so many women and so many celebrities and he's done all these disgusting things. I thought that was coming next, but no, Diddy is next in line apparently. But Trey is coming after. That needs to come out as well because I hear he's disgusting also. Anyway, this is wild. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!